going to test this little car my daughter got. 2013 Sentra. It's got a little problem. I took it in yesterday for 2 recalls. They got a good deal in it, but throttle wouldn't respond. It would just idle. I mean, you can mash it to the floor. It's like throttle position sensor or throttle sensor or whatever. It's push button start. I mean, it's a good looking car. It's a 2013. They got such a great deal in it, but I'm not so sure. I took off in it this morning and it kind of jerked. I mean, like it was trying to slip, but my RPMs was going up. It was different than yesterday after I took it to the dealership and had the recall, which the recall was on that and the seat belt. So I've let it cool down. Of course, it's hot out here, but I'm going to try it out again and see what happens. Here we go. This is cool. It starts up. We got XM radio here, liquid metal. I'd love to have XM on my truck, but I don't drive it enough to pay for it probably. But we're going to see what it does. It may not do anything. Let it warm up here a second. We all know it's doing cold because that's the way it was doing it. Let's just see what it does when we put it in dry. And it does that. If it does it, it may not do it. Okay, it's a 2-speed with overdrive. Nope, it didn't do it. It done it this morning, so how about that? But when it slows down, you're going down here, it acts like it almost gears down too fast. It's crazy. It's hard to understand. And it kind of jerks. It's strong. The motor's strong. Transmission seems strong, but that's what I'm hoping. It's not a transmission problem. It's a 2013 Sentra 4-cylinder automatic. There's the stick shift. You see it's got low drive, and then on the side it's got overdrive and reverse. So that basically, it's got the EcoBoost and it's got the sport package and the traction control. So, I mean, I don't know what all that means. I don't even know what EcoBoost means. I've not really looked it up. It's going now, but yesterday it had no throttle response, and then all at once it would take off. And the recall was on one of the sensors on the transmission. They said they had to reprogram it. So, I don't know, but first thing this morning I drove it. I went to Walmart and back, and it did that jerk in at first, but it was, the RPMs was going up. It wasn't going down or staying down, you know, like, it was responding to the throttle, but it was almost like the transmission was slipping, taking off on a very, I mean, you know, like first start up in the morning. So basically what I'm going to have to do is probably wait until tomorrow morning and try it again after it's set all night and got cold. So this thing's, I mean, it's showing it's getting 29.5 miles a gallon. And, yeah, like I said, they bought it. I think it was a repo. It's got 123,000 miles on it. And they got such a good deal in it, they could probably double their money. So, if there's nothing wrong. But I did take it in for the recalls, and the guy at Nissan said it hadn't been brought in for the recalls. It's got 123,501, and it's my youngest daughter Haley's car. She'll be driving in July. This is a gift from her grandmother that passed away, so basically that's what it is, and she's excited. I said, well, you know, if there's something, you know, amiss about it, I like this though. See? Just kills it, you know. I said, if there's something amiss about it, you don't want to keep it, and it'll cost you a fortune to get it fixed. I mean, I'm sure if it's a transmission or something in this car, it would probably cost no telling what, probably $2,000 or more, and that's just probably a low ball. But anyway, I just got done cleaning out my gutters and stuff, so I just thought I would try that again, since this morning I took it to Walmart and it did that. So, but it's a good looking car. I mean, it probably needs sweeping out inside, but I mean, it's got a few little places on it. I'll show you. Man, I hate cars because they sit down too low. My freaking back kills me getting in that though. But that's old age for you. Like, there's a few scant places on it you can see little marks. And it's got probably, there's some little scuff marks, and there's like a scuff mark from right there, but that can be polished out there. There's only one place I know of that it was skint to the paint, was skint to the metal, and that was right there. And right here. Yeah, I mean, that ain't nothing. You can touch that up with some paint. But the body looks good on it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a Sentra, but here's the only thing I found wrong really with the body. That right there. And yeah, I mean, it looks like somebody has tried to, all that's made together, so you can't just replace that. You'd have to replace the whole bumper, but who gives a crap about that, Eventually he's probably going to hit a speed breaker or a parking bumper and tear it up anyway, so even the tires on it are decent. I think it's going to need front brakes, but I mean, for a Sentra, I mean, that car would probably last her a long time if she takes care of it. So, probably get 200,000 miles out of it easy or more without having to do anything major to it, as long as that's not a problem. So, anyway, anybody out there got a 2013 Sentra? If you've had any kind of problems with them, I know I looked up the service bulletin on it, and it said there was a recall on that problem, and that's why I took it in. Of course, there was 2 recalls, and they did both of them yesterday. And they even washed it, so it didn't cost me a penny. And of course, they try to sell you everything in the world. Hey, it's going to need front brakes. Front disc brake pads, that's $279. I said, oh, okay, I'll think about it. I can buy them for a good set of pads for $40 and put them on myself. Or get a friend of mine to put them on. Either one, don't matter. Either way, they ain't hard to put on. So, and that thing has rear drum brakes, which I ain't seen on a car in years, and I don't get that one. It's got drums on the rear, disc on the front. And my truck's an 06, and it's got 4-wheel disc, and that's what most cars have got. From what model up, 2000 up, or whatever, maybe earlier than that. So, but anyway, hit that like button. Tell me what you think. I'm going back in the house and upload this. So I'll talk to you later. Peace.